Yay.
It worked. All right, so I'm gonna do. Where did that thing go? There's gonna be a minute of you drinking soda, and yeah, perfect.
Gotta have my LaCroix.
You messed up. I can hear you, Alex.
I thought we were muted.
Oh, Michelle, we did it. We are live at 5 on the Houston Congregation for Reformed Judaism Facebook page. I'm so glad to see you. How are you today?
Hey, great. Hi, everybody. It's great to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, me too. I really do hope everyone's doing well. I went to the new Meyerland HEB today, and the thing about HEB that's a little bit confusing is that they're all like sort of one and the same in one big operation, but all the stores are laid out differently. And I couldn't find the cheese. Do you think that that's like normal, or do you think that's?
Who moved your cheese, Mike?
I don't know. Someone definitely moved my cheese. Well, I'm so the main reason why I was there, right? I didn't just go to like get out of the house, even though that was like partial. I did have a mask and the whole thing. But one of the reasons why I went is to get some Passover supplies. My family loves those like jelly fruit things, those like sugar coated jelly fruit.
Yeah.
Now you and I can't eat those, and they didn't have them, but I had to make some. I called it the Passover raid on HEB because I was wearing my mask. I felt very, very, very clandestine and official. So I want to thank you for being with us today. And there's a real reason why I needed you. I needed you to be with us today. And we're going to get to that in just a second. I want to say hey to everyone that's watching, and to say to everyone that is watching, say hey, make a comment, say, oh, Bobby Tucker says, I hear you, Alex. That must have been from before we muted. That's funny. The Wolfsons say, hey. Miss Barbara says, hey, to both of us, Michelle. So as people are watching, I want to say that Michelle and I are going to talk about an aspect of Passover, but I want to hear some of people's favorite Passover foods. And I think it's only fair that we go first, Michelle, as we jump into this. So I know this is putting you on the spot a little bit, and even if you have like an assistant director there with you and he wanted to share his favorite Passover foods, we'd love to hear that too. So I'll go first because it's got to be fair. And I will say my favorite is this matzah stuffing that my mom makes. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. It's like one of my favorite foods, and I've always loved it. I don't know. It's a Passover delicacy. How about you?
Interesting. I think my Aunt Nancy in New York makes the most amazing matzo brie. I don't know what she does to it, but it is so delicious.
It's Aunt Nancy magic. Does your assistant director have anything he'd like to share?
Assistant Alex, let's turn it over to Alex.
I would have to say I like Aunt Nancy's matzo brie too.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, BB, but I'm gonna have to go with Aunt Nancy's on this one.
Well, 2 for Aunt Nancy. I'm on team Aunt Nancy. So we have Rabbi Gross. We know him. He says that me not finding jelly fruit is a blessing for which to be thankful. I don't know. That's an assault on our childhoods. So Michelle, we're all sort of doing Passover in separate locations, right? Usually Passover is a time when my whole family, my brother, my sister, my parents, we all get together. And we're not going to be able to do that this year. And my mom was always the one who like took a lot of care to make sure that our Seder table looked amazing. And right. And that's like an important part of it. And I have no idea how to make our Seder table look festive. Do I like fold the napkins or do I just leave the napkins flat? And I thought to myself, I need some guidance. I need some assistance. I do know some very, very, very talented people. And one of those very, very talented people who I knew could help me was you. Do you have any suggestions on how we can make our Seder tables look festive, amazing? Maybe something we could do together with our families? I don't know. Help me.
So yes, absolutely. One thing that I'm really enjoying about being in the position that we're in is that thankfully with the kind of technology we have today that we are able to do something like this, not only with our community, but with our families that we can't be with for all of the different holidays. I've experienced Shabbat for the last few weeks via FaceTime with my family in Dallas and my family here. And so I'm trying to focus more on doing something fun, but also not stressing out about it because we have so many things that are new and unique to the situation we're dealing with right now. So I put together a little something that we're going to put on our table here at my house, but I tried to use all items that you already have in your house. We want to limit where we're going and what we're doing. So I grabbed a bunch of toilet paper rolls because we all probably have a lot of rolls laying around. A pad of Post-it notes, some tape, scissors, pencil, package of markers. And I decided that I wanted to do something around the 10 plagues. So on the table here, I have already pre-drawn all my little 10 plaguey guys, all the way leading up into the last one with this, which is the death of the firstborn. And what I did was I took a pair of scissors. Kids, if you're going to do this at home, be careful on that first puncture. Maybe ask a grown-up to help you. Pop that in, cut all the way around. Okay, and if you can't find glue or tape, the other option is to cut a slit across the top of your toilet paper roll and just slide your little guys down inside along the cut that you make. So I've got my toilet paper roll. I like double-sided sticky tape, but I'm a crafter, so I have that stuff laying around. And I'm going to put it on the back of my lion, the wild beasts. And I'm just going to tape it to the back. Now, these make really cute napkin holders, but I intend to just kind of set them around the table. Maybe they're placeholders for Elijah and everybody else who won't be coming through my door, but we hope that they do. But we've got darkness, we've got the blood in the water, we've got our locusts, our death to our animals, boils all over our bodies, lice, frogs, and hail. And then we already talked about the death to the first. So super easy. Grab a piece of paper. You do not have to be extremely artistically talented. And I'm just drawing half ovals. Grabbing my marker. Let's say we're doing darkness. Give them whatever kind of eyes you want. Have some fun with it. Okay. Outline it. Nothing's perfect. Don't worry about coloring outside the lines. I don't, because I'm just going to cut it out anyways when I'm done. And we're going to color it in. Okay. Easy to do. The internet, Pinterest, and several other places has a lot of these pre-drawn. You can cut them out and color them. I like to be creative and draw my own interpretation of the different plagues. But if you're struggling, if you don't have a lot of time, or you're feeling less than artistically inclined, you can go ahead and look on the internet. And please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like any of those links. But if you just Google Passover finger puppets, Passover plague crafts, you can find a ton. So that is all it takes to make some super cool centerpiece type things with the plagues. Maybe you don't want to do the plagues. Maybe you want to do the different characters of Passover. You want to do the Pharaoh. You want to do Moses. You want to do slaves. You can change it up however you'd like to make it simple for yourselves. And kids, if you guys are watching, you can even pick what is your favorite part of Passover and do your paper towel and toilet paper rolls as an interpretation of that. The plagues are my favorite. The part about Moses going down the Nile is my favorite. The part where they build the pyramids is my favorite. Whatever part you want it to be, just go with it. So Alex did help me on something that we're going to have on our table because we have plenty of space this year. We're going to walk this way for a quick second. I've seen this on the internet a lot, and I finally tried it out, but I'm pretty sure everybody has Legos laying around. And we have the dead, we have all the Israelites, and they're running through the water, and the Pharaoh and all of his evil Egyptians are chasing after them, and then eventually the water will come in and consume them. We just used my table as the table place setting, and these are pillowcases. So as you can see there, we tried to be as creative as we could, but also honoring trying to stay home and stay healthy and enjoy our time together without really stressing out about what it is that we're going to be doing. So that's what I have today.
Awesome. Michelle, those are so great. Can you, I want to do this justice. Can we have Assistant Director Alex? Can he like zoom in a little bit on the napkin holders, the placeholders? Let's see some of the figures. No, we'll do both, right? Let's just see if we can get up close on those, because those are pretty amazing works of art there. And maybe hold them up or something. Oh yeah.
So there's our hail. And if you have googly eyes, everything is better with googly eyes. Here is our one. We've got locusts, which the really easy part about making wings is their hearts. So just make yourself little hearts. See, little hearts. Water turning to blood. Sky turning to darkness.
Clever.
I think the cow is my favorite.
I agree. I like the cow very much.
Cow, yep. And then we have the human figure covered in boils. If you don't draw and you want to use Band-Aids, just cover a little person in Band-Aids and say, there you go. Sometimes I put cotton balls under. Here is lice.
Gross.
No favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Frog. Froggy hop pop. And the death of the firstborn.
Oh my goodness.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. Well, Michelle, that is awesome. Thank you for taking the time to share those very manageable, right?
Yes.
I think they're very manageable, doable projects for those of us who are going to be home and may not be centerpiece inclined. That was pretty amazing. I want to thank you for your time. And
thank you. And if it's possible, if you guys do make any of these crafts at home for your table pieces, send us some pictures, post them on our group, and let us know how this may or may not have inspired you to do something fun for your table too.
Awesome. And I want to share some of the, we have some feedback here. We have some folks who have some favorite Passover foods they want to share. Rabbi Gross says his favorite Passover food is a Hungarian nut cookie that is so complicated that sadly it may not be passed to the next generation. Oh, very uplifting, but also not. Melissa Wolfson, we know her, says her favorite Passover food is matzah brittle. I do not know this matzah brittle. What's
need to
matzo
know the
brittle? Tell me.
Well, if it's anything like what I'm imagining, I used to just put matzo down on a cookie sheet and I'd pour melted butter and brown sugar all over the top of the matzo.
All right.
Put it in, and then cover that in chocolate chips and caramel butterscotch chips, whatever floats your boat, maybe coconut, maybe marshmallows. Stick it in the oven for a few minutes to let the chocolates kind of melt, and then smear it all over the matzo, and then put it in the fridge until it's cold, and then break it up and eat all of it in one sitting.
Delish. Awesome.
It may not be the same as Melissa's, so Melissa, post us your recipe if it's a little different, but that kind of makes me feel like what it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Barbara Bennett says, my favorite Passover foods are the things on the Seder plate as well as matzo ball soup. And Melissa Wolfson says that's exactly what it is. So yummy. Well, Michelle.
I do have to shamelessly, I don't think I even
Shameless.
care. I love horseradish. Red
Okay.
horseradish.
Okay. Yeah. Like it's delicious. Well, Michelle, happy Passover to you. I hope that you celebrate in a great way and enjoy the freedom, right? That's what Passover is all about. We're gonna say goodbye, and we're not gonna see folks on Live at 5 on Wednesday because we're all gonna be doing the Seder thing. But we'll say that Shabbat Shigaon will be at 11 a.m. on Friday. We'll do some Sunday singing, I think, and all of this stuff can be at the HCRJ Facebook Live. We're going live. We love going live. We love being live. And Randy Schramm says her favorite food is charoset. And on that note, I got to go make dinner for my kids. We eat on the early side. So I'm going to say the motzi. Michelle, thank you again so much. This was incredible. Welcome. So manageable, so doable. And I don't say this very often. So cute. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.